All right, so today's episode, let me see. Today's episode is a more serious one, man. Kevin Gates reveals to Shannon Sharpe that he was SA'd by a man as a child. Ninja, now this happens to a lot of people. We see all victims on the black pill. Let me pull myself up. My bad. The Clout Consequences Podcast. Like I said, we changed our name. We were formerly known as the Black Pill. It's Clout Consequences now, because with clout comes consequences, and with consequences you may or may not get some clout. But yeah, man, like I said, everything you guys see here is allegedly for entertainment purposes and social media commentary only. Shout out all the victims. Everybody's a victim, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm saying it happens, man. We all gonna go through some life. Nobody's going through life unscathed, okay? We're all gonna go through some form of trauma, whether or not we realize it, and we gonna keep pushing until we in the dirt. You know, in the Bible they say, you know, we have all fallen short of the glory of God because we have all sinned. I'm of the opinion that we live in hell. Like, you know, this is lit, but I'm of the opinion we're all little demons. We're all little demons. Well, let me not say how I feel in my head, because you ninjas will think I'm crazy, but that's my opinion. Yeah, with that being said, man, let's get right with it. We're gonna go to Instagram. And when we go to Instagram, let me see. We're gonna pull up, hold on, that's Google. 1 second, y'all. We're gonna pull up Shannon Sharpe. Shout out to Club Shay Shay. So we got an excerpt from Club Shay Shay. I'm guessing Kevin Gates has some new music coming out, and Kevin Gates is going to share with us a very tough time for him when he got molested and traumatized as a teenager. Now, all jokey jokes, we're not really having any jokey jokes this time because this happens to people and this is serious. So we're on a more serious notes today. But shout out to Club Shay Shay. Shout out to Shannon Sharpe, and shout out to Kevin Gates. Shout out to everybody who watch us. Y'all let us know what y'all think in the comment section. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Let's get it. Here we go.
Were you a teenager at the time?
Yes, sir.
Were you threatened?
When?
Did he, if you tell anybody that this has happened, or if you tell anybody that this happened, something might happen to you or someone?
He did.
Crazy.
He did?
Yeah, he out of here.
Crazy.
I guess I'll leave that alone.
And the reason why, first off, let me just say, I smile when I'm uncomfortable, okay? A lot of people be like, what you smiling about? Man, I'm uncomfortable. But yeah, so reason why it's crazy is because if you listen to Kevin Gates' music, that's where it gets crazy. Now, I'm not going to be no snitch, whatever they call him. And shout out to Kevin Gates. Don't send the goons, brother. But yeah, if you listen to his music, you know why I was smiling, because it makes me uncomfortable. Here we go.
I mean, that's the truth. I mean, I don't know how he, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you don't know how?
He out of here.
So how would you know
I
that?
say we move that along.
Yeah, he'll never do that to anybody again.
Fair enough.
That's the two things. But then, you know, I might be I don't want to say too much, but I really broke generational curses with that situation, because people that came before me, they was raped.
Were you a teenager?
Yep. Hold on. Let's continue.
And it created the space for me to have with my children, to where my children know don't nobody never touch you, that not even me. I had these open conversations with my children. They are equipped.
There you go.
I created a space for them to be able to tell their dad anything.
Open and honest.
And this is what I always tell. Shout out to the parents that find their way to my page, and shout out to the kids, man. This is what I tell everybody. They're like, oh, why you ain't have kids? First off, I had to get to a level of success. Secondly, my main thing is I want to be at a mental maturity to where my kids can tell me something and I'll be able to like tell them how to, you know, the correct course of action. And there's never a right correct course of action. There's something that you may or may not do. But my main thing is I want my kids to be comfortable with me when they have something that happens to them that's uncomfortable, or something that could potentially happen to them that's uncomfortable, and they don't know how to trust somebody to talk to somebody about it. Because I'd rather they talk to me about it and I not get mad versus talking to somebody else about it who may not necessarily have their best interests at heart. And I continually tell you guys that on my show. Here we go.
With you about any situation.
Anything.
Kev, you know what? Let me ask you this. How did you summons up the courage? Because I can assure you, you're not the first young man, boy, that's ever had this happen. But a lot of young boys will suppress it and
I
not.
created the space for men to be able to heal. There's so many men that come up to me and hug me and cry in the gym and tell me thank you, because I created a space. And I tell them, you was vulnerable then. We have built ourselves into machines to where we can protect the inner child.
Facts. Facts. You know, a lot of people see me. Shout out to Kevin Gates, man. I wish we could hit the applause, but you know, our applause system's messed up right now. If it's playing right now, hooray. But as far as I know, I can't hear it. But yeah, you know, a lot of people that know me, you know, I graduated top of my class and all that shit. And then they see me, they might see me doing what I'm doing now, and they probably sitting there confused. And what it is I'm just allowing the kid that wasn't allowed to do the kid stuff when he was younger. I'm allowing the kid to be the kid and chase the dreams that the kid wanted. You know, I had this line that I said in one of my songs. I said, little me inside of bigger me had the ideals. And what I meant was, yeah, when I was younger, I had all these ideas and I realized I was only one person. I can't do it all. And a lot of times I get burnt out. And I had to remind myself, like, man, you know, you can do it all, but you're going to need help. You got to find the right people to put yourself around. You got to make money, all these things, but you got to take your time and do it. 1 second. Excuse me, 1 second. So, yeah, it's like, you feel me? Hold on. Yeah, it's like I said, little me inside of bigger me had the ideals. So when y'all see me do what I do now, I'm just doing what little me wanted to do, which was chase whatever was different. You know, I always try to chase, I dare to be different, because from a young age, I was forced to be, in a sense, different. Here we go. Hold up.
And it created the space for me to have with my children to where my children know don't nobody never touch you, that not even me.
Yes, sir.
I had these open conversations with my children. They are equipped.
Hold up. We got some more for you.
That's why I made that song, Protect Children. Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to hurt children.
Word.
Your song, molested inside my mom's home. She ain't believe me when I was young.
Yep.
There gonna be a lot of people that's gonna watch this.
After I made that song,
Yes.
I ain't know how much trauma that I was holding. I cried for 2 weeks uncontrollably. That's why I made
cried
that song.
for 2 weeks
Protect
uncontrollably.
Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to.
Wrong thing I believed I was so these are lyrics on Genius. Wrong thing I believed I was so misguided. Seen a lot of ish and never told nobody. Off my self attempt, put a hole in my body. Pain let the paraphernalia take control of my body. I was touched inside of my mother's home. She ain't believe me when I was young. That's when I stole my grandmother's gun. I walked in that B word and I put him up. Some of my family might say I'm the devil. My godmother told me don't ever regret it. God put you here for a reason, you special. Living your truth to a world, you a blessing. I guess I've always been the protector of women and children. They needed protection. And that's Kevin Gates on Fairy Tale. So shout out to Kevin Gates. I mean, he had to get that off his chest. Let's see what the comments say. Comments say, let's not be too rough on him in the comments. Man, I'm just proud of Gates for speaking out on this. So many boys deal with this and then grow up with no healthy way to process or communicate about it, end up becoming violent men themselves. System gotta change. I wish this was revealed in front of a trained journalist. I love that everyone is jumping into the media and content game, but true journalists would know how to navigate and give us a better interview. Of course. I mean, like I said, it's tough because yeah, you know, true journalists can give you a better interview, but at the same time, you got to understand people sometimes, I call it therapy, man. People sometimes don't know how to talk to other people about things that they've been through and they don't know how to explain it right. I'm telling y'all, bro, I done had people say some crazy shit to me. You know, out of anger and shit, like they was just angry and it didn't come off. It came off weird. And I was like, what the fuck in my head? But I played it cool. I was like, yo, chill. But yeah, it's just how the game go. This explains everything. And I mean everything about Kevin Gates. Trauma is not an excuse to repeat trauma or treat anyone like shit. Word. Say what you want about Shannon, but he's getting a lot of black men to open up. We needed this. Glad him and Mike Tyson are speaking out. Boys need as much protection as girls. Facts. Kev been speaking the truth for years. People just hate the messenger because it makes them revisit ish they have suppressed. Bars. Hey man, shout out to the world. The world gets a W today because they all spitting today, man. So many black men had similar experiences. It's just sad. No shade, but this makes so much sense why he's so freaked out. How is it when anybody else confess their trauma, they are treated with respect, but y'all would laugh in bro's face because of how he said it? I don't know what that meant. I never understand how a mother/father wouldn't believe their own child. Oh, it happens all the time. Woman, it is not your job to heal a man who has unfairly put you through trauma as a child. That's his therapist's job. You are not his mom. Man, y'all niggas just be simping. Imagine this nigga talking about himself. He talking about women. You niggas be simping, bro. Shout out to the ladies, though. Ladies, if you're in here, put a 1 in the chat. Y'all know what it is. You are not his mom. This nigga said, women, it is not your job to heal a man who was unfairly put through trauma as a child. That's his therapist's job. You are not his mom. It's not your job to adopt a grown-ass man. It's your job to help daily. No, it's your job to heal daily, which will attract you a genuine, masculine, loving, loyal, healed man who will adore you and not project this unhealed childhood trauma onto you. What did that have to do with anything? What did that have to do with anything? Like, I get it, don't get me wrong, but I mean, that was not the time and place for the conversation. Kevin Gates, one of those people you either gonna understand or you're not gonna take seriously, and you might do both. I'll leave that alone. Much respect for Gates being transparent and honest about something that is damn near considered taboo to share out the community coming from a man. My God, may God curse the individual who may throw this in Kevin Gates' face in the future. Nothing is funny about this. Nothing is okay about this. Prayerfully, Kevin Gates' courage and transparency will influence more men to speak out on this type of abuse. That's probably why he acts like that. That's unhealed trauma that he needs to see a therapist for, not a fake wife every 3 business days. He's dead. What he dead gave, he was a killer. Let me stop. There's nothing funny about this. This happens more than people talk about. Thank God that his trauma did not kill him. He speaks on all of this in his music, but people are too caught up in his image and the scandals. This world is cruel, especially to women and children. So thank God he has been healing and is vulnerable enough to share this. Love him even more after this. Keep living, Kevin. They say it gets better. Straight like that. That's messed up. I hate when parents don't believe their children. Molestation makes you hypersexual or don't touch me or both simultaneously. Since Shannon has the platform already, he's gonna need to go to school and become a counselor or therapist. Just wishful thinking, because picture if he was trained to give people the coping skills and mechanisms to heal. Yeah, it would be a beautiful thing, man. It would be a beautiful thing. Past that, shit, what do y'all think, bruh? What do y'all think? Is that it? Let me see. Hold on, let me see. Bear with me, people. What do y'all think? I don't know what to think. It's a crazy situation. Sad situation, crazy situation, but I mean, it happened. What can we do? It happened. Hold on, let me see. We're going to go to Hollywood Unlocked. Uh-oh. Hold on 1 second. Shout out to LeBron, LBJ. Today's not about you, brother. Today's not about you. Kevin Gates.
You a teenager at the time?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Were you threatened?
When?
Did he, if you tell anybody that this has happened, or if you tell anybody that this happened, something might happen to you or someone?
He did.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. What do y'all think, man? I don't know how to feel. Shout out to everybody that's been through some shit. Like I said, we see all victims on a Clout Consequences podcast. Y'all let us know what y'all think, man. Past that, that's it for today's show, okay? I can't hit the applause, but shout out to you if you tuned in, man. If you tuned in, you are the resistance and you are the core. We back in tomorrow. Shout out to everybody who watches and shout out to everybody who watches on the playback. Y'all let us know what y'all think in the comment section, man. It's your boy BA. Y'all go buy you some clothes, man. thegardenofb.com. Hit the like button. Donate to your boy. And listen to the music. We got new music coming out starting next month. Y'all know what it is, man. Past that, we back in here tomorrow. Deuces. Yes, sir.